Hello, welcome back to Discovering Myself. This is episode 2, and I am now 10 days in on the HRT. Um, no changes, which is to be expected, other than the spironolactone. Well, its diuretic properties are working, and it does make me piss a lot more than I have before, which is also then encouraging me to drink more. So yeah, that's a cycle, but I was warned that was coming. No big deal. Um, so yeah, let's see. Last episode, I forgot to mention my hang up that I was having when I was figuring out if I was trans or not. And that was, um, and it's silly now because I've been told numerous times that, uh, that I was being ignorant. But that was the fact that I'm still attracted to women, and it didn't make any sense to me whatsoever why I would want to become a woman if I'm still attracted to women. And of course, now it's like, yeah, that happens. It happens every which way. Just because your sexual orientation does not match your gender image, it can be anything. So I was like, oh, okay, well, now I feel silly for that. But hey, we all got to learn sometime, right? Um, So yeah, that was that. My general mood since starting here now is improving in stability. I'm less worried about a lot of things. Everything's sort of coming together really good. I feel good and steady. Even well, I'm about to mention I've had my first session with a therapist, and even she's like, "Yeah, you're in a good spot." And I said, "That's pretty much what I was expecting. I just want to make sure you keep me on the rails as these new emotions all come in, stuff like that. That's all I'm really hoping to get from you there." Um, but yeah, I guess the HRT so far, it still feels surreal in a way. Like, is this really going to do anything? Of course it will. I mean, I'm not a pioneer here. Others have gone through this, so it'll happen when it happens. But you just think about it. It's like, okay, I keep putting the patches on. Are they doing anything, or is it a placebo type feeling? But I'm sure in time it'll work, and that's good. Just when it comes, it comes. Actually, funny enough, what has worked so far is not that, but about 30 days ago, I started collagen peptides. I wanted to just sort of give a jump start for my skin and hair for HRT, and actually, and that was only 30 days. They said it's usually like 8 weeks before you really notice anything, but definitely, I noticed, like, especially around my wrists. uh, it feels different. It's way softer than it was before, and it feels uh, like the skin's more moisturized. And I'm like, I actually had to pause for a second. Did I moisturize? And I'm like, no. It's just, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So that's neat. So I know something's happening there, and that's all I need is just that little bit of evidence that things are changing, and that keeps me going. I like that. So that's a cool little jump start here on the whole process. Let's see, what else do I got here? So yeah, I mentioned the therapist session, and it was just a introduction, orientation type thing. She was just poking and prodding and just trying to get her mind wrapped around me here at first and get some ideas. And of course, she stuck a few little pins in some of my feel spots. Like one, I I lost a brother back when I was like 18, 19, and it hit hard back then. And yeah, she got into that, and something I hadn't felt in a long time came welling to the surface then. So yeah, she knew what she was doing. She was poking around to see what my emotional range is, and she found some of it. So but yeah, so there was that. But otherwise, yeah, it was good. Got a real clear message. Like I said, I didn't feel like I was in distress or anyway. I just was told I should get a therapist because this is going to be a challenge, and I just want her to try to keep me on the straight and narrow as we go through this. And yeah, that was that. So far so good. I got another. We're gonna go every other week right now for follow-ups to see how it goes, and so that's how that is. Oh, and I got an answer to a question like, I, why now? Why after 54 years am I doing this now? And funny enough, it wasn't from the therapist. It was actually from AI, Chat GPT of all things. Um, and I know I've been warned. Be careful with it, with AI. It's going to just tell you things that it thinks you want to hear and stuff like that. And I get that. And but and it took. And the funny part of this is it I've been playing with that now for quite a bit, and it finally said what made it click in my head as to why now. And the answer to that is, it basically said your mental cost of containing your secret life has now become more expensive than the risk of letting people know about it. And it's like, wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. I get that. It does suck to just constantly carry a secret like that. And eventually it just reaches that tipping point where you don't want to do that anymore. And that's probably what opened the door and let my mind say, instead of denying, it's letting my mind say, okay, you probably want to consider this. And wow, okay, that was pretty wild. Um, uh, and another thing that that AI figured out in my head was, I was having trouble, of course, being able to come out to other people that I'm going to do this and stuff like that. And it finally figured out, and this took 39 days of talking to this thing. Because I asked it, once we had this revelation, I asked it, how long have we been discussing this? And it said 39 days, like, whoa. but, but what it figured out is, and it's going to match up to my earlier video here, how I worry more about other people than myself. It figured out that I was carrying guilt, worrying about how I'm going to affect the other person more than I was worried about the embarrassment or the exposure or the vulnerability of my own self. And it's right. And I didn't really put it together until it asked me the reverse. Like, I'm going to have a real problem telling this to my neighbor. I've been really freaked out about it. He's a good friend, but he's his mindset's pretty rigid, and I think it's gonna be pretty challenging. But I was so hung up on that the AI is like, well, wait a minute, let's flip the cards for a second. What if it was him coming out to you? Would you think you would react the way you're thinking he's gonna react? And I was like, oh shit, no, I won't. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. That would crap. And it was like the aha moment. It's like, you're right. I don't know why I'm putting such a high bar on how I think other people are gonna handle things, and like I'm gonna like destroy their lives by telling them this. It's like, so that was big. So that's made life a little easier on me. I'm feeling way more confident in telling other people. I'm not going around like, hey, guess what, guys? But uh, I don't feel that tightness in my chest of having to actually tell somebody what I'm intending to do. I mean, it's still going to be sort of like on a need to know basis. If maybe like you start seeing some changes, like, hey, what's you look different, and whatever they notice, and it's like, well, yeah, I mean, here's why, type thing. I'm not going to make a spectacle of it. That's not what I want. Like I said before, I'm not making transitioning my life. It's just want it to happen naturally as can be, and that's that. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing, that support person I've talked to in the past, I've been talking to her more, and it's amazing how much easier it's gotten since then. And in fact, even she's mentioned to me, it's like, wow, you're definitely a different person from, the person I talked to on that first day when you finally, came out to me. It's like, you're so less tense right now. It's like, yeah, I know it. That was a rough time for me, man. Especially right up before I talked to her. I mean, I was really tense. Like I was shaking a little bit, type tense, trying to build up the nerve to talk to her, type stuff. I mean, that was a rough time. Now it's so easy, which is wonderful. I mean, just taking that edge off is just such a weight off my chest. So yeah, so that is good. Everything's moving more in that direction. Everything's sort of just feeling more natural, easy to do, which is what should happen. I mean, it is what should happen over time as you grow used to it. Um, Last thing, I had made an appointment to laser facial hair removal med spa, and I actually went there today for a consultation, and they're like, "Yeah, we can get you." I mean, I got a little bit of stubble. It's dark enough that they say they can hit with the laser, and the price was surprisingly good. I was shocked because I did some online searches what it costs, and they're saying like, like some places. I mean, they offer like lifetime guarantees and stuff like that. But if you go into the cities, we'll do 6 to 8. Well, I guess there is no limit if it's lifetime guarantee, but 6 to 8 sessions for $3,000. Like, oof, oof. But they're 6 to 8 weeks apart typically, or 4 to 6 weeks apart when they do those. And I'm sure you could break those payments up, and stuff like that. But here, I was really surprised. She goes, "Yeah, we can do we can do 6 sessions for you. It'd be $500." And I'm like, "You mean per session?" She goes, "No, that's the whole thing. $500 for 6." I'm like, "Oh, that is a heck of a lot cheaper than I was expecting," which is great news. So I was thrilled about that, and yeah, that was good. She's like, "Yeah, we're not like the big cities. We charge a fair rate, and it's not hard to do a face and the neck there. That's small. If you're doing your whole body, yeah, it's going to cost more, takes more time, blah blah blah." But yeah, I mean, so that's on track. That's scheduled for the 11th. What is today? The 2/24. So that's not too far away. About 3 weeks, I guess. And we'll do the first zappy of the face and see how fun that hurts. I mean, it can't be much worse than epilating. But she says, yeah, you can actually shave it all completely off. I thought you'd have to have some exposed, but they're like, no, you can shave completely like the morning before and come in, because it's only going after the follicle under the skin anyhow, and anything above the skin's only going to hurt you more as it burns off that. So yeah, just shave it off. And like, oh, cool, okay, I get it now. That's going to be fun. Of course, they say it won't get rid of any grays or that are in there, and I'm hoping there's not too much gray in there. But even those can be taken care of through a different process, electrolysis, which does hurt a lot more from what I'm told. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Or I'll just live with the very few fine grays or something. Well, no, and shave them. But it'll be better than getting the old 5 o'clock shadow crap going on, even though that's supposed to even settle down on HRT alone. I didn't even want to take that chance. Like, let me just do this now uh, while the hair is still coarse and dark, and the laser will have a better chance of hitting it. So that's why I'm doing it now. And for $500, for probably like it's going to take over 6 months to do it. Probably if we go every 4 weeks, even longer if they want to stretch it out 6 8 weeks between them. Uh, yeah, that's nothing. $500. I can blow more than that at the bar after, or a few trips to the bar. Not that I drink anymore. I'm done. I stopped drinking. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything right now. If there's any questions for me, feel free to put them down there in the comments. I will respond to them. Obviously I don't got a lot of viewers, so it's easy for me to read and respond to every comment down there. So I'll see you on the next one. I'm not sure when it's going to be, but maybe another 10 days or so. If anything really changes, I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.